guys, welcome back to 𝑑𝑻𝑪𝒅𝒔. Today we have an deck for Solrock Purge featuring the new Mewtwo VSTAR from Pokemon Go with the Psy Purge attack allowing you to discard up to 3 psychic energy from your Pokemon and doing 90x damage for each card discarded. It also has the Star Raid attack doing 120 damage to each of our opponent's Pokemon V. So to support its main attack, we have our Solrock and Lunatone with the Sun Energy ability allowing us to reattach a psychic energy from our discard pile to one of our Lunatones. We're supporting 3 copies of Energy Switch and 1 Raihan for Mewtwo to attack fast just because it requires 2 energies to attack. To discard our energies with our Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, Milo, Research, Zinnia, and Kamado. To do extra damage to kill a VSTAR or VMAX, we have our 2 copies of Choice Belt and 1 Radiant Hawlucha. To place extra damage counters for the knockout with our O7 and Horror Energy. To support the VSTAR attack, we're also playing 1 copy of Sigilyph with Psychic Assault doing 10 more damage for each damage counter on opponent's active Pokemon, plus 30 base for 1 Psychic and 1 colorless cost. We also have our regular setup cards and draw support, 2 Scuba Net, 1 Corbevi, and 1 Boss Order. So that's all for the deck list, and if you guys are in need of any specific cards or packs for your own PTCG account, feel free to contact our sponsor from X-Trainer90 team for the best price in Pokemon TCG online codes. You can contact them through the links in the description below, or you can click on the top right corner of this video. They even got complete personal decks you could purchase, full art, secret rare gold cards to add to your collection, and packs from any expansion in format. Brilliant Stars, Astro Radiance, Rebel Clash, you name it. And now let's go for gameplay! Okay, let's go for our first game. Versus 𝑑𝑚𝑪𝒐𝒅𝒔. No idea what deck he's playing. They got an Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, deck sleeve, and deck box. It kind of looked like Rosary, doesn't it? When I first saw that deck sleeve, I thought it was a Rosary. Like, they got the Rosary colors. The blue and red flower, and the green, the green stalk. But it's actually Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia. Altered creation, oh my god, that used to be such a crazy thing. People concede and stop playing because of altered creation. And now we got Star Birth. Shady dealings though. If I ever stop playing this game, it would be because of shady dealings. It would be because of Ice Rider. Because Ice Rider is way too fast. Ice Rider with Inteleon is way too fucking broken. They got Quick Shoot, they got Hawlucha, they got Choice Belt, they got Zigzagoon. I mean, it's just madness. Bonkers. And they got the secret rare. They got actually the gold Temple of Sinnoh, which is so cool. They're playing a Dialga Zacian deck. First match, and we're up against a crazy Dialga deck. Bronzong instead of the Mew, so a very different list because everybody plays the Mew one. What's it called? Cross Switcher, Tracking Shoes, Metal Saucer, Mew, Greninja, Scoop Up Net. Okay. Trading Court. So Greninja is a rule box Pokemon. And it's quite annoying because if you play Radiant cards, if you want to use those abilities, I think Radiant Pokemon, most Radiant Pokemons have abilities. Only Heatran and Steelix as of now has no ability, but they have really cool attacks though. So if you want to use those abilities, you need to play a lot of Stadium cards in your deck, or at least 1 or 2 Pumpkaboo to remove Path to the Peak, because Radiant Pokemons are rule box Pokemons. That's how annoying this game is. I mean, it is pretty broken though. You only get to play 1 card. You only get to play 1 copy. That means you need to fit in heavy balls. You need to fit in stadium cards, Pumpkaboo. It's quite a lot. So this deck actually has a Hawlucha, but I don't think we have a heavy ball. Just because we want to be making sure we can bench as many cards as early as possible. So that's why we have VIP. We have our 4 Crystal Quick Ball. Just to bench our Solrock Lunatone. I keep calling Lunatone Lunala. Solrock Lunatone, we need at least 2 copies of Solrock. And then another Mewtwo on the bench maybe for the next turn. So if they're playing VSTAR or VMAXs, use your Mewtwo. If they are not, then use Lunatone and Sigilyph. We got 2 Lunatone and 1 Sigilyph to basically collect the knockout once they have like a lot of damage counters on them. Bad thing about Sigilyph is that you have to play it after you have like damage counters on them, but it actually kind of works really well against V decks. If they play a lot of V cards, you get to do Star Raid and then collect the knockout with your Psychic Assault later on. Obviously, if you play Lunatone, if you use Lunatone to attack with Moon Kinesis, and then Choice Belt on the Lunatone with Hawlucha, you could quite possibly kill the VMAX or the VSTAR with nothing but Moon Kinesis. But you're gonna need to attach, well, if you attach only 3, if you have only 3 Solrock in play, if you have no 𝑐𝑭𝑭𝑬𝑹, if you attach, well, like 4 energies in a single turn, you only do 150 against a VSTAR. I don't think it's enough. You need your Choice Belt. So good thing about Lunatone is that you don't actually need to play a Raihan or energy switch. For your Sigilyph, you need to do an energy switch or Raihan to get 2 energies on, you know, on itself to be able to use Psychic Assault. But I quite like Sigilyph, so that's why I'm playing it for this deck. People has already done Lunatone Solrock with Mewtwo. I'm quite sad because I actually thought about it before Pokemon Go got released, and then I realized that people has already like built the deck. People has already posted on YouTube the deck list prior to the release of the Pokemon Go set. So we won against Dialga. We just conceded because we killed the Zacian and then the Dialga. I think we killed the VSTAR with 1 hit. The Choice Belt. So you're doing like 300 damage with the Choice Belt, max damage. If you discard 3 Psychic Energy, you get to do 30 more with your Hawlucha against VMAXs. So that's a lot of damage. And if you do 𝑑𝑚𝑪𝒐𝒅𝒔 Horror Energy, you can add even more damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. Popsicle Knight plays Zigzagoon to place damage counter. So I don't like Zigzagoon just because it's eating up that extra bench spot. You don't really have that many spaces on your bench to play a Zigzagoon. I suppose that's why he played a lot of 𝑐𝑭𝑭𝑬𝑹. Only 1 Zigzagoon and a lot of 𝑐𝑭𝑭𝑬𝑹. And I don't think he has a Crobat. He has like 2 Snorlax. So for this deck, we are playing a Crobat instead of the dumb Snorlax. I hate Snorlax so much. Because if you play Gormandize, they can quite easily do either a Marnie or a Boss. Marnie's gonna screw your hand over. Boss is gonna, kill your Mew. He's gonna earn them 2 extra prizes. And then if you have only 1 Mewtwo on your bench, they can just boss and reset your entire bench. Give you he only plays 2 copies. Only 2 copies of Mewtwo, and he dares to play a Snorlax. I mean, what is happening? If you play a Snorlax and get boss on the next turn, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. You could quite easily do a Moltres, boss you on the bench, and you're dead. Or even like a Samurott VSTAR, Darkrai VSTAR. I don't think we can win against Darkrai. Like, unless if we are faster. We do have 1 prize though. We can do a 1-hit knockout. They can do a 1-hit knockout. But we have 1 prize cards that can attack. They also have 1 prize cards though. They have the what's it called again? Fiery Wrath, 1 prize Moltres to do like 200 plus damage late stage. But we can actually do it early. We can play Lunatone for a early knockout, possibly. I don't think it's easy though. I don't think it's that easy because we're only doing like 120 to start. So maybe later in the game we can actually do a boss on the Moltres V and then play Moon Kinesis with a lot of 𝑐𝑭𝑭𝑬𝑹 for like 5 or 6 energy in a single turn, and then do the Choice Belt for like, I don't know, that's a total of 240, right? 6 energy attached is kind of the same as Darkrai's attack. So Moon Kinesis has a 30 base damage. So it's essentially the same, isn't it? It's the same as Darkrai's Dark Void attack. I forgot the attack's name, honestly. Sorry guys, but it does 30 extra damage plus 30 base for each darkness energy attached to itself. Same as your Lunatone, except it works for psychic type energies. Okay, we got 3 Solrocks and 1 Mewtwo on the bench. I think we did a cycle draw on the last turn, which is a bit sad because we got a really bad hand. I don't really want to play the Ultra Ball for a Crobat because that's gonna force us to discard either the Hawlucha or the Raihan. I think we don't even have any energy in our hand prior to the cycle draw. So playing the Ultra Ball would have been a big mistake because we would be discarding those resources. And we have no idea what they are playing yet. They could be playing a VMAX, could be playing a one price deck. Okay. Avery, Zigzagoon, and it's a Hisuian Samurott deck. Samurott. Okay, let's see how well this deck do against a Darkness deck. They are playing our weakness, so theoretically they should be winning this game, but they don't have a one price attacker though. Moltres is not a good one price attacker because it only helps you at the end of the game, and if you don't get it at the end of the game, if you don't play your Clara, if you discarded your Clara early with a research or something like that, that's why I suppose people don't play that many research anymore, because Clara for Moltres needs Shady. They need to play Shady dealings for Clara. They need to play Paul Pad to recycle those support cards. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Moltres is too demanding. It requires so much. Okay, we got everything that we need this turn. We got our Ultra Ball, we got our Energy Switch. We're just gonna do it, right? I think we got enough. We're just gonna discard Hawlucha because we don't actually need it. Oh, we had to discard an energy, my bad. So always count your energy in the discard pile, because if you don't discard, you cannot attach with Solrock. So we got double energy attached with Solrock. We get to retreat and then transfer the energy with our energy switch. We're gonna retreat right now and then reattach one more. Reattach the same one actually. And then energy switch. And there we go, we got Psy Purge for 270 damage, knocking out the Hisuian Samurott before it gets to evolve, before it gets to attack, before it gets to do anything. 270 is actually just right to kill the VSTAR as well, so we don't need a choice belt. They actually discarded with basket crash on the last turn, and we got our supporter draw finally. We got our Crobat, Schoolgirl, because we had to do cycle draw just now. And now we got a Solrock in the active, no energy in play. If they knock out the Solrock, we're gonna need another quick ball or something. Raihan is gonna help us though, right? We would probably play a Raihan on the next turn, unless if they just pass the turn not attacking. Okay, Shady for double search, what are you gonna get? Is basically a Starbirth, right? Well, you get to search for anything with your Arceus. Inteleon only lets you search for your trainer cards. It's not perfect, right? Because if you run out of your trainer cards, when you run out of scoop up nets, I mean, I realized that once I played Inteleon. Inteleon engine is actually still not perfect. It's because it is limited in its own way. Once you run out of your nets and energy search, if you need them, or if you need a lot of trainer cards in your deck, then you can't actually make it work. If you need only like one evolution, one energy discard, and a Melanie, like an Ice Rider, then it's really easy. It's like really easy. It makes the deck so simple. And simple always works the best, because if you don't require that much to do that much damage, with Ice Rider you're doing 280, with a choice belt, that's insane. If you don't require that much just to do so much, to hit such high damage, then it's gonna make the deck really broken. We did Primate with our Inteleon engine, and Primate actually requires a lot. You need Gabe Jawbog, you need Scoop Up Net, you need the Evolution, you need Raihan for an extra energy, you need Energy Search as well. Like, it requires a lot, but thankfully Raihan gives you that extra search. So that's why Inteleon, Gabe Jawbog, and Primate actually does work. It actually works quite well, I'm very proud to say. So we actually attached to Lunatone, and we're expecting the Mewtwo to get knocked out on the next turn because they got Shady for boss, but they may not have enough cards to do the knockout because they need to do like a Crobat for an evolution. They even need an energy and a scuba net from the Zigzagoon if we don't knock it out right now. So I think we should be passing the turn not doing an attack, because that actually forces them to get their scuba net or switch Bird Keeper or something like that with their Shady, and that means they can't do a boss. So if they scoop out right now, they only got one search for this turn. Whatever they do, they got one search. And here comes the Shady. Drizzile. What are they gonna search for? They got a Tool Jammer and a Tool Scrabber, and they got a Research, okay? So we're gonna do a boss on the next turn, but I think we need to switch. Do we have a switch in this deck? We have an Escape Rope, so I don't think we can draw it out into our hand that easily, and they just saved us the boss. Okay, we don't need to do a boss right now. They can still play a Crobat out of nowhere. You never know what's gonna happen. But apparently the other card in their hand is a Raihan, so fortunately we survived that turn. And now if they don't do a catcher or cross switcher, they can't knock out our Mewtwo. Mewtwo is safe for a one-hit knockout on the next turn, but we do need either the Raihan or an energy switch. But we got a Raihan in our hand though, so I think we should be fine. They may just decide not to do anything and then wait for the boss because they got Shady. They could do a Shady for the boss and then scoop up net Inteleon for another double search to bench another Samurott, attach the energy, knock out the Mewtwo, and then we got nothing. We got no... they got Quick Shoot, so we should be careful with that Lunatone. It's gonna get knocked out with the damage counters, and they may just do a boss at the same time to deal with the Mewtwo. So they could quite easily do a triple prize draw on the next turn. Let's just draw as many cards as we can. We just need either the energy switch or a switch, but we need an energy switch and a switch, right? Because we're not doing enough. Let's just attack with the one prize, because they're probably gonna kill the Mew anyways. If they kill the Mewtwo, I keep calling it Mew, my bad. If they kill the Mewtwo, then investing the energy would be completely pointless. So let's just get our Sigilyph out, scoop up the Solrock, and then play the Sigilyph onto the bench, attach that one energy onto Sigilyph, preparing it to attack to collect the knockout. If they knock out Lunatone, we got Sigilyph. If they knock out Sigilyph, we got Lunatone. If they knock out our Mewtwo, we got two attackers, right? So they can't actually avoid that. If they do a Crushing Hammer, we got Raihan in our hand. I think that's a Raihan. I can't really see. Okay, that is a Raihan. Sorry guys. There's like the recording bar. There's a bar that shows the time of recording. You guys can't see it, but I can. So it's actually blocking my view a bit. Sorry about that. But it's not affecting the video at all. So here comes Inteleon Quick Shoot, and they got Agatha. Oh my god, that's so cool though. I love that, because they're placing damage counter with Zigzagoon, Inteleon, and they are doing the ability, the VSTAR ability as well, for that extra 4 damage counter. Might as well just play an Agatha, since you're doing Shady for your cards. If you don't actually need anything else, you can Shady for your item and then Agatha to transfer and then do a knockout with damage counters plus an additional knockout, additional prizes drawn with your attack. I don't know what the attack is called. I really should be more familiar with Astral Radiance and the new cards. And it's called Merciless Blade, Merciless Strike, Obstagoon, Merciless Blade, Merciless Strike, Aggron V. Same concept. If your opponent has any damage counters on them, you get to do extra damage, twice the amount of damage for Samurott, twice the amount of damage for Aggron as well, and more than twice, I think, 90 more damage, 100, I don't know, I think it's 90 more damage, right? 60 base plus 90 more for Obstagoon, 1 energy attacker. Merciless, Metal and Darkness. Temple of Sinnoh. So that means our horror energy is not doing anything. I don't think we have a horror for this build. So they did nothing. They didn't get the energy. For some reason, they're stuck for an entire turn playing a Inteleon engine, Inteleon tech for no cards in their hand. Like, could you believe that? No energy search. I don't think they have that many copies in their deck. So that's the bad thing. They could be playing Raihan instead of the energy search, and that's gonna cost them a lot. So we got our Fog Crystal. We just need to energy switch retreat right now, because if we do escape rope, we're gonna have to waste our boss. I don't really want to waste the boss. Let's just do energy switch for the retreat. We should be transferring to the Mewtwo though, and then do a boss with the escape rope. But let's just, I don't think they can do anything on the next turn because they got no basic on the next. Oh, we can actually play a Raihan as well. We got Raihan for an extra energy on the Mewtwo, and we actually got another energy switch with the Raihan. So that's very cool to watch. That's like the perfect harmony. We get to play all the combos. Our Sigilyph, our Solrock Lunatone. We even attacked with Moon Kinesis, I'm pretty sure, on the last turn. And the only thing we didn't get to do is Star Raid, but you'll see later on in this video we got to do it, but it's a bit later in the video. We got to do Star Raid against a 𝑑𝑻𝑪𝒐𝒅𝒔 VMAX, which is pretty cool. So bad thing about Star Raid is that you don't actually get to apply weakness or resistance to the active. Resistance obviously is a good thing, but you can't hit for weakness against the active if they are playing a V card in the active. And if they play Menifee, you can't actually hit the bench, so it's not perfect. If they play a 1 price deck, Star Raid is doing nothing. Okay, we're just gonna retreat right here and energy switch again, I suppose. Unfortunately, we have to do the retreat. We should be doing like the escape rope though. I have no idea why we're saving that card like crazy, because now we have no more energy switch. So we better be saving our energies. We're just gonna discard 2 right now. We're gonna discard 2. Oh, we actually bossed this 𝑷𝑗𝑠𝑖𝑙. That means we just need 1 discard. 1 discard from the Sigilyph, and that's enough to knock out for 1 price. For the next price, we can do as much discard as we like, because that's the final price. So it's the end of the game. We just need to collect 1 last knockout, and they're done. They got no energies, no Sobble, nothing. They got nothing in their hand. No 𝑷𝑗𝑠𝑖𝑙, my bad. They just benched the Sobble. So they're playing too many Pokemons. They got too many Pokemon cards. They should be adding enough energy searches into the deck. And they have Obstagoon, Rare Candy. I don't think you get to play that many. Like, you're already playing a stage 2 Inteleon, but Inteleon kind of makes any deck work. So maybe you get to play like 1 copy of the stage 2 Obstagoon. Maybe they are playing that combo, but it appears they got stuck though. So they should really be focusing on the theme strategy, which is to get energies out, to get the energies fast. To attack fast is always the best the best strategy. Because if you can do turbo attack, turbo knockouts especially, you're resetting your opponent's field. You're basically forcing them to rebench another Charmander if they're playing a Vivid Voltage Charizard, or you're forcing them to rebench another V basic to evolve into a VMAX on the next turn, or V-Star even. So doing early knockouts is definitely a big plus. That's why we're seeing so many turbo Dialga decks being used for other, other techs. So we got turbo Dialga. I think 𝐿𝓚𝓵𝓪𝓚 actually made a turbo 𝑷𝑬𝑬𝑺𝑚 deck. Instead of Metal Saucer to Dialga, he did Metal Saucer to 𝑷𝑬𝑬𝑺𝑚 V, and then evolved to the VMAX, which is a Dragon type. So the V is actually a Metal type. They get to play Metal Saucer, which is pretty cool. I think this one is playing a turbo Gengar deck. I don't think it's this one though. They got Bibarel. They don't have a Mew. So I think it's the next game. One of the next games we got paired against a Gengar. Is it this video? I don't think it's this video. My bad. It's the Charizard one. So I don't think it's this video. It was the Charizard deck that I built on the last video. So Charizard with Senti Scorch. If you guys want to check it out, it's our last video uploaded. And for that game, there was one of the matchups where we got to play against a turbo Gengar deck. They played Mew and then Gengar with Dark Patch instead of Mew, Dialga with Metal Saucer. So it's the same kind of technique with Cross Switcher. They got Greninja for the discard. They got Training Cord, Scoop Up Net, Tracking Shoes. Very interesting though, because they're playing the same tech, right? But it's different because they're playing a VMAX instead. They're playing Choice Belt. They're doing 280 damage with the. If they got Single Strike Energy, they get to do 300 damage. So they just need to add like 2 copies of the Special Energy and then attach one from their hand. Play a Path to hit Duraludon, something like that. So if they got 1 Single Strike attached, 1 Choice Belt, they actually get to do 300 damage against a V-Star. And if they got a Radiant Hawlucha, they get to do 330. But if you play Hawlucha, you can't play Greninja though. So Greninja Hawlucha doesn't get to be in the same deck, unfortunately. So if you are drawing cards with Greninja, it helps you do a turbo attack, but it doesn't help you do a one-hit knockout. Gengar with Dark Patch is not really that strong, because the base damage you're doing is 250, and you actually can't attack on your next turn. So you need switch cards, in addition to Choice Belt and Single Strike Energy. Who knows, they may be playing a Mustard. Like if they do a Mustard for an Ambor, because they are playing a lot of item cards in their hand anyways. If they play all of their item and then maybe Ultra Ball to discard the remaining supporters or something, they get to play Mustard to summon an Ambor from the deck, giving them an extra 30 damage done by their Gengar. So 30 damage boost to the GMAX, Swallow Up. That's enough to kill a VMAX with Choice Belt and Single Strike Energy. Not enough to kill Eternatus. Eternatus is still the highest HP VMAX Pokemon ever. 340, I don't think any other Pokemon has that. Snorlax maybe? Snorlax VMAX? I don't know. I have no clue honestly. A lot of VMAXs has 320. A few has 330. Urshifu VMAX has 330. Duraludon 330. Rayquaza 320. I have no idea why. Duraludon is a little bit higher than Rayquaza. 330 actually makes a big difference though. That 10 HP makes a big difference, because so many cards can do 320 that easily. Like Alcremie, if you do Alcremie, Brilliant Stars, you can hit 320 with your with 8 energies, 8 different color of energies in play. You get to do 8 multiplied by 4, that's 320. If you do a Choice Belt though, you get to do even more damage to kill any VMAX. Any VMAX across the board is dead if you have all 8 different types of energy in play with a Choice Belt, which is a very difficult thing to do though. If you have 8 energies in play, most likely you wouldn't have enough space for that Choice Belt anyways. So I play Alcremie with my experience share. We won against Heatran VMAX. So Heatran VMAX is quite high, the HP. If they play like Big Charm and Heat Energy, they can avoid the knockout against Mewtwo, because Mewtwo is only doing a max of 330 damage with the Hawlucha and Choice Belt. So 330 is not enough to kill it, but obviously if we play Horror Energy and our O Cemetery, they may be punished before we hit them. So if they have a Stadium card in play though, which they're probably playing a lot of, they probably have a lot of Stadium cards, so they get to heal 50 damage from the Heatran, reversing the damage counter plays through Magma Basin or even our O Cemetery. So I think the only way to kill the Heatran if they have a Heat Energy attached to them is a 2-hit knockout. Even if they heal, I don't think they can heal everything. They're probably healing like at most 200 damage. If they heal 200 damage, they got like 100 and how much do they have left? 13 damage counter remaining, and that means we get to heal. We get to do 160 damage with Sigilyph, and that's still not enough though. Unfortunately, Sigilyph is not enough to kill the Heatran, so I don't think they can heal that much. Like, they got Lucky Eyes Bob, they got the ability to heal 50 damage, Honey to heal even more. If they heal more than 20, if they heal more than 18 damage counter, we can't win the game, honestly. So that's the power of your Heat Energy. I don't think they have that many, just because they're playing Magma Basin. For my Heatran deck, we have Magma Basin, but we actually are not relying on it too much. We have a lot more heal cards. So we played 𝑑𝑻𝑪𝒅𝒔, Uxie, and Azelf. So Uxie, 𝑑𝑚𝑪𝒅𝒔, Azelf allows you to protect all of your Pokemon from weakness if you have all those 3 Lake Guardians in play, on your bench, or in your active, it doesn't matter. And then that actually guards your Heatran from weakness. We got Heat Energy to add even more HP, Big Charm as well, a lot of Heat Energies, but not that many Magma Basin, just because we don't need to attack, we just need to drag the game out until we get enough energies on the Heatran, because we got that many heal cards. And then once we get enough energies, we can attack and attack, heal, attack, heal, attack, same thing. So I think we only have like 2 basins for that list, and it actually works pretty well. It got quite a high success rate, at least 75% success rate, at the very least 70%. It was actually quite powerful, just because they get to tank so much damage with that Heat Energy. If they play Temple of Sinnoh though, and 𝑑𝑻𝑪𝒅𝒔, I don't think they have those 2 cards in the same list. I think that Samurott actually plays those 2, the one that we faced up against just now. I'm not too sure though. I don't think they have a Temple of Sinnoh. I think the Dialga has a Sinnoh, has a Temple, but the Samurott has a 𝑑𝑻𝑪𝒅𝒔. So not many decks play both of those at the same time. And if they scrap and Fan, if they play Fan of Waves and Tool Scrapper, they can actually do a 1-hit knockout much easily. But we have a lot of Heat Energy for the deck. I think we have at least 3 copies. I'm pretty sure we have at least 3 copies. 3 Heat Energy, and because we're not planning to attach with Magma Basin, we're only using that when we can, because we have a lot of Jubilife Village for the damage recovery. Obviously, if you have a Stadium card in play, you get to recover 50 damage with your ability. If the Stadium card in play is your opponent's Stadium card, you don't get to heal damage. So you need a lot of Stadium cards for your Heatran deck. But the more important thing is to keep it alive as long as you can, helping you helping you do damage while you tank damage and recover every single turn. Obviously, it's not possible to recover everything by the time you run out of your heal cards like Honey, Lucky Eyes Pop, and Yell Towel, stuff like that. I think we play a lot of Honey and Lucky Eyes Pop. I don't think we play any other heal cards. Cook, I think we did a Cook. 2 Cooks, 1 Put 1 Center Lady, 4 Honey and 4 Lucky Eyes Pop. I think so, I'm not too sure. So let's just focus on the game at hand. Sorry about that. Just like analyzing some other decks. So for this game, we actually get to do Star Raid, which is pretty cool. And they actually have a Manaphy on the bench, but they benched it just after, right after we play our VSTAR attack. So had they benched it before, we couldn't damage the bench Pokemon. Star Raid doesn't allow you to hit the bench if they have a Manaphy. So that's how bad the V-Star attack is. But if they don't play that card, if they have it in the active spot, if you knock it out early, then you can actually do Star Raid later. So Manaphy, there's always a counter for Manaphy, right? Boss Order, Inteleon Quick Shoot. I thought about doing a cologne for Manaphy. Like, I tried it with Urshifu, but it doesn't really work that well. So I may just build a deck from that later. Once the Pokemon Go videos are gone. Like, once I've finished up with all of those Pokemon Go combos. Because now that Go is out, I need to be building a lot of Pokemon Go decks. Okay, let's do Psy Purge to kill this Arceus with one. I don't think we can do one energy discard. We need to do double energy discard, unfortunately, because even with the choice belt, it's not enough. 120 damage. Almost, but not quite. Because we have 20 damage remaining. So they got 𝑔𝐾𝐢𝐬𝑵, placing damage counter on their own Pokemon, but apparently that wasn't enough with the Star Raid. So we drew 5 prizes with the VMAX knockout. They are playing a fighting type though, so they have a lot of damage. They got choice belt, they got 220 plus the choice belt, 250, and they even got Grant to do extra. But we are resistant. I just realized that we are resistant to fighting type, so I don't think it's that easy for them to do a one-hit knockout. I thought they could. So we actually collected the final prize with our Lunatone, and Hawlucha helps us do 60 extra damage. So we're doing 60 for each psychic energy attached to Lunatone. We got choice belt for 60 more, and Hawlucha for another 60. So we got the base damage 60 as well, just as it's a fighting type. Get to hit the weakness, so that's 360. I think it's actually 420. There we go, it's 420 damage. It would have actually been 210, only 210 damage without the weakness. So Lunatone is not really that strong, but you know, you get to keep on using it, you get to keep on attacking with the same card. You know, Rescue Carrier, very big card for a Lunatone Solrock. So if you play nothing but Lunatone Solrock and a bunch of energies, you can actually win quite easily just because it's basic. It's a full basic deck, it hits very fast, and all you need to do is recycle your Lunatone and Solrock. If they keep playing Avery or Collapse Stadium, you got your Scoop Up Net to recycle the ability, you got your Clara, Rod, Rescue Carrier. I mean, it's very easy. Like 200 plus damage every single turn. Can you believe that? A basic. Very consistent. It's the new Regigigas, I suppose. Because you don't really need anything else. If they play heal decks like Inteleon, if they heal like crazy, with 𝑑𝑻𝑪𝒐𝒅𝒔 as well, I don't think you can win that easily. But if they play a regular deck, Arceus without Sharon, or Darkrai VSTAR, I don't think they can win that easily. Because they're doing 2-hit knockout. They're also doing 2 prize knockout every 2 turns. They're drawing 2 prize. It really depends on who gets the extra knockout, because if you can get extra energies onto your Lunatone, if you can save one on the bench and slowly add those energies with maybe a Raihan choice belt, you may be able to knock out a 𝑑𝑻𝑪𝒏𝑐 with one hit, or a Crobat with 1 hit. And it really comes down to that. If you can get that extra 1 prize earlier than your opponent, faster than your opponent, then you actually win the game. So obviously play a lot of balls for the deck. If you play nothing but Lunatone Solrock, just add in a lot of bosses and you can win a lot of games. It would just be so easy. And maybe put like a Mimikyu, a Vivid Voltage Mimikyu, heal jamming to block their bench Pokemon from healing, and a Dina Tree Hill or a Path to the Peak even. Dina Tree Hill and Path to the Peak to deny them from healing if they don't get their stadium. So Inteleon Rapid Strike VMAX not only needs their evolution, Rapid Strike Energy, and Cheryl, they now need a Stadium card to be able to use the ability. Well, they don't need the Stadium actually because we're not playing Duraludon. Lunatone doesn't get to prevent all damage done to it, obviously. But if we have a Temple of Sinnoh, it could help out. I don't know. I don't know what's the best card to play with nothing but Lunatone. Maybe 2 Temple of Sinnoh, 2 Path to the Peak, and like 2 Training Court. Do you even need a Training Court? I don't know. One Training Court. I would do 1 Training Court and maybe 1 Energy Retrieval. You know what? I would just do 1 Clara and 1 Training Court. And then like a bunch of Rescue Carrier, 1 Rod. I don't know. I mean, that's an entirely different story. Let's just focus on this one. Right now we're up against Victini VMAX. Firebox, they got Simisaire for Twin Energy Attachment. Double energies on... They only get to attach basic energy from their hand, but they get to attach double onto any of their Pokemon in any way they like. And we actually got to do a boss at just the right time because they would have done a Choice Belt Max Victory to kill the VMAX, to kill our VSTAR. So Mewtwo would have been dead because it actually has 2 damage counter on it. Simisaire actually gets to do 20 damage in addition to the energy attachment effect. So in addition to helping charge up your bench Pokemon, it also gets to do 20 damage. And that 20 is just nice to kill our VSTAR, our Mewtwo with the Choice Belt. Oh, it's not quite enough though. They need actually 10 more damage because Mewtwo is 280 HP. So they need 260 damage. Max Victory is actually quite useless now. If you're not playing against a Metal type has Coating Energy still. So without Fan of Waves and, you know, without Inteleon, Quick Shoot, or stuff that helps you do extra damage, I don't think Victini is that strong. 250 against a VSTAR, 280 against a VMAX with Hawlucha. I mean, it's pretty weak if you ask me. We got Magma Basin now for Victini, but I mean, it's quite weak. Compared to Ice Rider, I mean, Ice Rider has no comparison. So they're playing the Vivid Voltage Charizard as well. They could be playing the Pokemon Go Charizard, which would mean they only need 1 energy for Victini to attack. Okay, let's do a Bird Keeper and maybe attack with the Lunatone. I don't know. I don't think we should be doing a Bird Keeper. If we do a Bird Keeper, we need to retreat. And that would be wasting an energy, but let's just do it because we need to draw cards into our hand. We need our Scoop Up Net, I'm pretty sure. Because if we don't bench another Mewtwo, this one could be dead quite easily. They can just do a switch, Magma Basin, Evolve, switch, and Victini for the knockout. So Victini can definitely do the knockout the next turn. We actually did a Star Raid, securing 2 knockouts with our 1 prize on the next turn. If they attack with Victini, we got our Sigilyph for the next turn. We got our Lunatone for the Simisaire right now, but they're probably going to attack with Charizard. Charizard is the thing that we have to watch out for because it has 170 HP still. With that Heat Energy, they actually got 170 clear HP. So 170 is a lot just because Choice Belt and Hawlucha doesn't work for Charizard. So they're playing the Vivid Voltage one, Royal Blaze with Leon. What are they gonna do? They're gonna do Battle Sense right now. Research, there we go. Spreading Flames. Victini VMAX. They got a Burning Scarf, no Choice Belt. That means we got 20 HP remaining. And if we hit the Victini, we're gonna knock ourselves out with the special condition. So we better not be attacking with Mewtwo. We should be attacking with something else. We got a Bird Keeper in our hand, and we actually saved it. That means we get to play it right now at just the right time. Because retreating would mean we had to remove those energies. But I think we should be retreating though, because we don't have any energy in the discard pile. So if we want to be killing the Victini, we need to be attaching with Solrock as much as we can. And the only way to do that is to transfer the energy from Mewtwo to our Lunatone by way of retreating to the Solrock, and then Bird Keeper to draw out more energies, right? That would give us 4 energies for 150. 150 is enough, even with the heat energy. 150 for a total of 330 damage, which is just nice actually. So we got one Bird Keeper, we got another one, but it is a VMAX, so it's a VMAX. We actually got Hawlucha. That means we get to do 150 already. Oh, it has a base damage as well, so we get to do 150 without an extra energy. So 3, 4, 5, right? 120 with the base, 150 with Hawlucha. So all we need is 3 energies thanks to Hawlucha. Look at that. Against a VMAX, Lunatone is a beast. We don't even need Sigilyph. Good thing about Sigilyph is that it doesn't need that much energy. So if you run out of your Solrock, for example, you can just play a Raihan onto your Sigilyph. I don't think it's that easy to run out of your Solrock though, because we're playing 4 copies of Solrock. We have one. I don't think we have a Rod or Clara for this deck, so no Clara, no Rod, no Rescue Carrier, but we do have Scuba Net to recycle our Solrock's ability, and that extra copy of Sigilyph for, you know, to collect the knockout against any Pokemon that has a lot of damage counters on it. We can do Star Raid and then Psychic Assault, or we can even do Moon Kinesis, Psychic Assault, or Psy Purge Psychic Assault. And it can even do 3 extra damage counter if your opponent damage your Sigilyph each time they damage it. So if they don't knock it out, you get to keep using the ability, unless if they place damage counters or poison special conditions on your Sigilyph. Okay, here comes the Charizard. Our next attack is going to be a bit difficult because we need either the Energy Switch or our Raihan. How are we going to get those cards? Do we have any more Energy Switches inside the deck? So they got 6 cards left in the deck, and they discarded a bunch of Leons. Pretty sure they're going to kill the Mewtwo on the next turn. I don't think we can attack though without the Energy Switch. We actually need a Lunatone as well. We got a Lunatone Quick Ball in our hand, but we need a Psychic Energy from the hand, and we need a Raihan at the same time, or an Energy Switch. So we got a Raihan inside the deck and 2 Energy Switches. We should not be too worried because we got 26 cards left in the deck. Well, 26 is a lot though, so we need to be compressing it, drawing out the non-energies to make sure we get to draw out the item, just the right trainer, and that extra 1 copy of maybe Fog Crystal as well. We actually got a Fog in our hand right now. So we're going to play the Fog to attach it from our hand. We're going to play all of our items to basically remove cards from the deck so that we get to draw out our Energy Switch. We cannot play a Raihan anymore because we don't have Lumineon. We don't have, we can't play a supporter, 2 supporter in a row. They actually did a Rod on the last turn. That means they have back 8 cards in the deck. Okay, we got 2 Energy Switch. I mean, if we don't get the Energy Switch, we're kind of done. Okay, let's Incense to remove the Mewtwo VSTAR. And I don't think we can do anything else. We got an Ultra Ball, so that's the last one. Let's just remove another one copy. Might as well. We got 21 cards left in the deck, and we're drawing 7. We got 2 energy switches. So what are the odds of us drawing them into our hand? We just need 1. Come on, energy switch. Yes, we got it. We got our energy switch. So always remember not to get too excited. Don't get overexcited. Attach your energy with, use your ability first before playing that energy switch. I almost made that blunder of playing it too soon, because if you play it too soon, you're gonna have to switch energy from your Mewtwo to your other Pokemon, just because you have no energy in play other than the one on your Mewtwo. If we do that though, we can attack with Lunala on the next turn. We got 1 prize remaining, they got 5. I don't think they can win, because Lunatone can actually attack, but they're probably gonna kill the Lunatone or the Mewtwo with the one of the bench Pokemon with like full HP, with like a lot of HP remaining. Probably the Charizard VSTAR. So had we not done the knockout on last turn, I don't think we can win that easily. The game would be going on for still a long time, just because they got 5 prize cards left. Sun and Moon, Unbroken Bonds. What's it? Guardians Rising. Okay, another Samurott deck. So this is a short battle. I recall this being a short battle. For some reason, Samurott couldn't get the energies. Like almost every game that I play against Samurott, I didn't get matched up against a lot of Samurotts, but almost every game that I got matched up with it couldn't get the energy out, which is a bit sad, right? You should be able to search for the energy. I mean, you don't need to do a lot of things. You just need like Zigzagoon or Inteleon in your deck. You should be getting the energy. I mean, why are you not getting the energy? Maybe we are playing a bit more, just because we're playing Mewtwo that actually requires a lot of basic energies. We don't even have a lot inside the deck though. Quite a lot got prized. So we're just gonna attach the Lunatone, expecting for them to kill the Mewtwo, but they actually didn't on their next turn. Like, it was so perfect. It was so perfect for them to do a knockout, but they didn't. All they need is that 1 energy. Could you believe it? No research, no 𝑐𝑭𝑭𝑬𝑹, nothing. No Marnie even. Look at that. They just passed an entire turn, and now we got our research. We actually got a dead hand to start as well. So finally we get to evolve and then transfer the energy. We got 2 energy right now. We get to do 180. We don't even need a choice belt. We just need 1 Solrock. We just need 1 Solrock. We need to discard an energy though. So always remember, you need to discard something to be able to play your Sun Energy ability. Sun Energy does not work if you have no energy cards in your discard pile, so make sure you discard it. We do have our Ultra Ball, Quick Ball to discard them, so it's not too difficult. We're just going to discard 1 energy and 1 Hawlucha probably, just because they're not playing VMAXs. They could be playing like a Darkness VMAX all out of nowhere. You never know, like a Eternatus maybe. Okay, because they're playing a full dark deck anyways. So we got our Sun Energy for the remaining copy, and we don't even need a choice belt because they're playing Hisuian Samurott VSTAR, which is exactly 270 HP, for us to knock it out with our with our Psy Purge. And we won against another Hisuian Samurott VSTAR, a Darkness deck, and that wasn't actually the last game, my bad. This is the last game. I thought that was the last. I got mistaken. We're up against a Ice Rider right now, with the Pikachu on the ball coin. Pikaball. They're taking a long time to flip the coin for some reason, because they're rubbing their hands for good luck. Okay, we got our Mewtwo, we got nothing else. This is actually quite a terrible hand. No VIP pass, no Quick Ball, Fall Crystal, I don't think we have a level ball for this deck. So capture doesn't work for Psy Purge just because it allows you to satisfy the attack cost, but it doesn't allow you to do extra damage with the attack. You need to be attaching psychic energy from your hand while discarding them for your Sun energy, for your Solrock Lunatone. And I don't think we have that many energies to spare for us to discard and attach at the same time. If we play capture, it's gonna be very bad. So we don't have the space for capture, that's what I'm saying. We actually do have enough psychic energy to discard, so we shouldn't be worried about that. That's not a concern, just because we have a lot of ways to discard them. We have a lot of ways to search for them with our Fog Crystal, research, power supporter cards. We have a lot of ways to discard them with our Zinnia, Kamado, Milo, Ultra Ball, Quick Ball. There's a lot of options. Okay, here comes another Sobble. Are we gonna play a boss? If only we have an evolution. Well, we actually need a choice belt in addition to the VSTAR to be able to do the boss for a knockout. So unfortunately, we're gonna be forced to discard both the energy switch and the boss, which is kind of like key cards that we need for later. Right now, we can do a knockout thanks to the O Cemetery, but we're not evolving. If they do a Melody on the next turn, they can kill our Mewtwo quite easily, but we at least got a Lunatone in play already. That means on the next turn, we just need to do a research to get our VSTAR for the second copy, energy switch, Solrock, and we're good to go. But we need Hawlucha and the choice belt. If we don't play Hawlucha choice belt, we can't kill the Ice Rider with one hit. If they play a Big Charm, we can't kill it. So we need a lot of pieces for sure. If they play a Marnie, we can't actually win. If they play a Marnie, they can't do Melanie though. So they have no choice but to play Melanie right here. That's the good thing if you're playing up against a Ice Rider deck, is that if they do a Melanie, if they are forced to play that supporter for a first attack or for the next attack, if they are forced to discard all of their energies, then they can't actually play Boss, they can't actually play Marnie, they can't do Avery, they can't do a lot of supporter cards. They can't play Oleana, Flannery, any disruption like Team Yell's Grunt, Team Yell Grunt. It's kind of one-dimensional, isn't it? Melanie, Ice Rider, and that's it. Choice Belt, Hawlucha. I've seen people play it with Irida, which is pretty cool, but I mean, I don't know about Irida. Irida is pretty sad though. You only get to search for a Pokemon and an item. I mean, if you search for a level ball, you can basically search for another trainer, right? So Irida for Drizzile and a level ball, you get to search for 2 other trainer cards. And the reason you're doing a level ball with Irida is so that you get to do Inteleon on your next turn. Evolving Inteleon on your next turn gives you either a double search or a quick shoot for extra 2 damage counters against a VMAX, because you can't actually do a VMAX knockout with your Max Lance, because it's only doing a max of 310 damage, even with Hawlucha. Okay, we got our Solrock. We're gonna discard that 1 energy. That's the power of Fog Crystal, guys. And we got a couple of damage on the Ice Rider, but not quite enough to knock it out, unfortunately. So we even got a Crobat. Look at that. I don't think we're able to kill it with the Mewtwo, because we need a Hawlucha, right? So we're gonna attach the choice belt to Mewtwo and then Crobat for draw. If we get a Hawlucha into our hand or a Quick Ball, I would be a bit sad, because we could have knocked out the Ice Rider had we put... Okay, no Hawlucha, that's fine. No regrets right there. So bench the Solrock, attach another energy. We should be getting the second copy though. Why is it so difficult? I mean, if you play against Inteleon, you're gonna get the worst luck possible. You're not gonna get your cards, because we are playing 4 solid copies of Solrock, like 4 Quick Balls, 3 Fog Crystal. I mean, we are playing so many basic summons. We can't play the VIP pass though, but we should be at least getting a VIP, right? A basic summon, it doesn't work, but we should at least be getting it. for some reason, they're not giving us anything but energies. It's just bizarre. And they just passed the turn doing nothing. Like, what's happening? They didn't get the Inteleon? No Incense, no Shady, no Quick Shoot, nothing. They did nothing for an entire turn. And now we get to knock them out with the same Lunatone. I thought we needed a Raihan for Sigilyph to knock it out. We don't have anything in our hand. That's the bad thing about Inteleon. If you're playing against Inteleon, you lose. Like, they just give you the worst possible hand every single game. So that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Have a great day and bye for now, lovely people. Enjoy your life.